Hey. Today we're gonna be changing the shocks on this 2000 Dodge Dakota, and I am accompanied by Jay Montalvo.
That's me, JJ Dewalt.
Along the way, I am gonna provide you with the tips and tricks of how to do this job without removing the wheel. For this video, we're gonna need the front shocks, and I am using these KYB Gas-A-Just, sponsored by them, 100% paid for by them. For an example, we're gonna be showing you what happened when you remove the wheel. Because this car is so old, it did not want to come out. We used an extractor set. We tried drilling it. We tried from easy to hardest, but it did not want to come out. Instead, we ruined the wheel stud, the wheel lug nut, and the actual rim. And because of those moments of suffering, I am doing this video. And also, another thing is I couldn't find a single video on how to change the shocks on this car.
For the upper shock bolt, it's a 14. And for the lower, connecting it to the control arm, it's an 18. And we're gonna use these pliers to hold on to the shock right here while we twist it. Might need something tighter.
Now, because of the tips of JJ Joel, we're gonna be doing this method. Make sure to remain patient because it is an older vehicle. And after some time, this is the results you should get.
So where do you sleep?
Now with an 18mm ratchet, we grab our strong hands and twist. Or you can use a breaker bar too. In our case, we'll be using an impact driver, which will make it so much easier, but an impact wrench is more recommended. Grab our 18 and we're gonna put it right here. Make sure you put it nice and tight. And put pressure like that, the bolt doesn't strip. Now we're gonna take our drill and put it on. Now add pressure and hold the trigger. Milwaukee, baby, Milwaukee, I'm telling you, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee power, baby.
That small thing did it.
Now that the screw is out, we can use this needle to remove all of the gunk that's embedded, or we can use a wire brush to remove all the gunk embedded in the nail, as well as the fasteners. Now don't be a dirty person and clean up where the shock was. You want to leave it at least somewhat clean, like that it will be easier for the install and all that rust doesn't get in your face or your eyes. Now we're gonna take our new shock, put on the washer and put on the rubber piece. Next we're gonna take the shock and compress it 2 to 3 times, but we're gonna do it 3 times to make sure. By doing this, it will get all the juices and all the gas ready for it to be installed in the car. Activate those juices. Now we take the shock and fish it through all those components, making sure to put the top where it goes.
Come on, you did it, you did it, you did it.
Now we grab a rubber piece, put it over, then push the washer and then the washer nut. Online I could not search the torque spec about these bolts, so we are gonna be tightening until it becomes fat. Generally only a little bit after the washer. Next we put the nut over the actual nut, like that we make sure the shock doesn't come out. Next we take a Sharpie and draw a line on it. One little twisting. By drawing a line, we can come in the future to check if anything moved. Now one person can push up on the shock while the other fastens in the bolt by hand to make sure the shock doesn't move. Now we take the gun, put the size 18 back on, and screw it in. Is it in?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope. Yep. Here we go.
Now to tighten this down to the correct spec, we use a torque wrench and set it to 80 foot-pounds.
Yep.
Oh guys, what you want to do for the lower one, 80 pound-feet of torque. Right here we got an icon. What you want to do is pull this down and twist it and keep twisting. And let's go to 80. You're going to line it up right here. It's going to say 80 pound-feet of torque. Alright, that's how we do it. Right there, 80. Where's the right there. 80. And now you push it up to release it. it's not gonna move.
Now with the torque wrench set at 80 foot-pounds, we can twist it to the left until we hear a clicking sound.
And now just to make sure, I'm gonna do it again. Yep. See, it's not moving. Yep, there it is at 80. See, it's not going anymore.
I think you should stop. You're gonna ruin it.
Done with this side, we're gonna turn on the vehicle and turn it all the way to the right, like that you get maximum space for the other wheel. On normal cars, you can repeat the same process on the other side, but this car is a little special. First, we try to get a 17mm wrench and hammer it onto the shock, and then unscrew.
Please stay.
It did not work, so our next option is to get a reciprocating saw and cut it off. The mission is to start cutting on the rubber piece of the shock and go through the metal piece of the shock. We have to cut at an angle like that we avoid hitting the frame of the car. While cutting, we have to take breaks like that we make sure nothing gets too hot. And after some patience, this should happen.
Why is he smoking shit, bro? So scared.
That's perfect.
What if... This is an example of what you should see, only the shock being cut. Now it is time to remove the bottom nut.
Got the size 18 wrench on this rear bolt for the shock. Ooh, I got a good grip on. All right, put that thing on, take it out. Make sure it doesn't strip.
This is a size 19.
Make sure it doesn't strip. Bro, look at my positioning. I need you to do it so I can hold
Alright,
this wrench in. Wait, let me get...
Basically, don't get a dumbass friend that cannot screw a single screw in. And after countless tries...
Got it. Perfect. See? Got it.
While I was cleaning, I noticed that the previous person that did the job, the previous mechanic, over-tightened this because my original Milwaukee Impact did not want to take it out. And you can see that it's kind of twisted and bent and looks stupid and special ed. The nut right here is kind of scraped down and you can see the metal shards even inside. And especially this is the telltale sign when someone over-tightens something. It's stripped down, you can see the metal, and then we twist it, it's all bent. And for example, this is how he left over here. The metal actually bent and the rubber is just, it might be from old age, but the metal is 100% bent.
Not even the old one is that bad.
Not even the other side which we took is that bad. Now we put the washer and the rubber on the shock,
Son.
and we press down 2 to 3 times, preferably 3 times to get all the juices going.
Stay down, boy. Stay down if you know what's good for you. Stay down, boy.
This time you want to fish the shock through the top part of the wheel. Remember to add the rubber, washer, and 1 nut. We are going to tighten it just like the other side, a little bit past the washer. This next part we did off camera. But here is JJ Joel demonstrating what to do.
So what I did, I put this right here was here. I got this up here, which went under this, and I started prying it up a little, moving it up a little, and it was a little far back, but lined up where I needed, and so I flipped this around, hooked it like this, and pulled it. Now it's right in front of what I need it to be, and just gotta line up the hole.
Listen carefully to what he says.
Slowly.
A little bit.
Yeah.
This is where you grab your dumb friend that almost crushes your finger.
A little more. Alright.
And now you torque it to 80 foot-pounds, but since mine was over-torqued by the piece of shit mechanic, I'm going to torque it down to 90 foot-pounds. Remember to use your 18mm wrench to hold the nut in place. And just like that, we finished installing these shocks on the 2000 Dodge Dakota.
If you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button for more how-to videos just like this. And as always, all the tools and products are linked in the description so you could easily find them.